Bis- Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I'm sorry to say I have to remove the Mr. Zakaria from the class because it is not good etiquette when you enter the class, switch off your mic because you are in the class and in the class you enter in a class and you start shouting in the class, how you will feel. So all the students, when you enter the class, please look at your mic. If it is on, you please off your mic, mute your mic. When it will be necessary, I will request you to please open your mic and you read, or if you have your question, you raise your hand. So this is the second person in my whole life, I removed him from the class. I never remove the person from the class. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We will continue our lesson. Yesterday we were learning about the lesson number 5 and we are doing the exercise. So this is what we learned yesterday. We'll stop from here. Learn the following. So when there is a nominal sentence, Jumlatul Ismiya. When there is a nominal sentence or Jumlatul Ismiya with the plural subject, if the subject is plural, if the file is plural, like at-tulabu. At-tulabu is the plural of talibun. At-talibu. It is plural. So for in the nominal sentences, if the file or the subject is plural, we will use plural form of the verb. Zahabu. At-tulabu zahabu ilal mal'abi. The students went to the playground. Ilal mal'abi, to the playground. So you see here, at-tulabu zahabu. If okay, the feminine file is a feminine, the subject is a feminine, or the mubtada is a feminine. Mubtada of a nominal sentence is feminine and it is plural. We will use feminine form of the verb. At-talibatu zahabna ilal maktabati. The female students went to the library. So for the feminine plural or for the masculine plural, we use masculine form of the verb. Plural form of the verb. This is in the nominal sentences. Nominal sentences have two parts, mubtada and khabar. Mubtada and khabar. So zahabu ilal matabi, this is khabar, and at-tulabu is mubtada. While the nominal sentences, verbal sentences, jumlatul fi'liya, verbal sentences. Verbal sentence start with the first form of the verb. First form of the verbs. Zahaba. Zahabat tulabu. Even tulabu is plural. You can see here, at-tulabu is plural. But for the plural, we use zahabba. Zahabat tulabu ilal malabi. The meaning is the same. Translation is the same. At-tulabu zahabu ilal malabi. The students went to the playground. Zahabat tulabu ilal malabi. The students went to the playground. Translation is the same. Meaning is the same. Use in the nominal sentences is different and use in the verbal sentences is different. Zahabat tulabu ilal malabi. The students went to the playground. So same with the feminine plural. Same with the feminine plural in the verbal sentence. Jumlatul fi'liya. Zahabbat talibatu. This is zahabbat. So how we will pronounce it? Zahabatit talibatu. Zahabatit talibatu ilal maktabati. The female students went to the library. So zahaba is plural, first form of the verb. Zahaba is first form of the verb, and this ta is not fail. This ta is not verb. This ta is ta of tanis, feminizing ta. It will tell you that this zahaba is using for the feminine. This ta is a feminizing ta. This is not a part of the verb. The verb, the fail is zahaba. Zahaba tit talibati ilal maktabati. The students went, the female students went to the library. And next we have to change each of the following nominal sentences to the verbal sentences as shown in the example. Just now we have learned about this. This one we have learned, and now we will practice here. These are the nominal sentences. Al-awladu sharabul qahwata. The children drank the coffee. The children drank the coffee. So this is nominal sentences. We have to change it into the verbal sentence. Who of you will change this one? Please raise your hand. Okay, Binti Ibrahim.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, ya Ustazu.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Number 1 is al-awladu sharibul kahwata. Sharibal awladul kahwata.
Sharibal awladul qahwata. Sharibal awladul qahwata.
Yes, sir. Sharibal awladul kahwata. The kids drank the coffee or the kahwa.
The children, this is not kid, this is children. The children
Yes,
drank cup of coffee.
Yes, sir. The children drank up the coffee.
Okay.
Yes.
The boys.
Number 2 is, yes, sir. The boys drank up the coffee. Yes, sir. Number 2 is An-nasu samiul adhana. The people heard azan.
Listen the azan.
Yes, sir. The people.
Heard is also okay.
Yes, sir. The people
heard the azan.
Listen the. Yes, sir. The people heard the azan. Sir, Sami an-nasul adhana. Sir, the people heard the azan. It's a verbal sentence. Yes, sir.
Sami
number 3.
Sami an-nasul adhana.
Yes, sir. Sami an-nasul adhana. Yes, sir. Number 3 is at-tullabu katabul ajwibata. The students wrote the answers.
Ajwibata.
Yes, sir. Ajwibata. At-tullabu katabul ajwibata. The students wrote the answers. Katabat tullabul ajwibata. The students wrote the answers.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir. Number 4 is at-talibatu dakhalnal fasla. The female students entered the class. Dakhalat talibat.
دخلت
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 الطالبات الفصل. Yes, sir.
دخلت
Yes, sir.
الطالبات.
Yes, sir. دخلت الطالبات الفصل. The female students entered the class. So number 5, المدرسون خرجوا من الفصول. Sir, the teachers went out, or yes, sir, went out from the classes.
Okay.
Then, sir, خرج المدرسون من الفصول. The teachers went out from classes. Yes, sir. So number 6,
Again.
زملائي.
خرج
Yes.
المدرسون من الفصول.
Yes, sir.
Good.
The teachers went out from the class. So number 6 has Zumalai Raja'u Mim Makkata. My classmates returned from Makkah. Then sir Raja'a Zumalai Mim Makkata. My class fellow returned from Makkah.
Okay, good.
Akhawati Ghasalna al-Qumsana. My brothers.
Akhawati, my sister.
My sisters, yes, sir. My sisters washed.
My sister. Akhawati, my sister. Okay. Akhawati, my sisters. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, ghasalat akhawatil kumsana. Yes, sir,
Wasalat.
my sister.
Wasalat.
Yes.
Wasala.
Sir,
Wasalat.
Sir, ghasalat akhwatil kumsana.
Akhawatil kumsana. Okay, good.
Yes, sir. My sisters washed the dresses. So number 8 hai
Shirts.
at-tujaru Yes, sir, shirt.
Shirts.
Yes, sir. Sir, shirts. Number 8, at-tujaru fatahud daqaqina. The merchants opened shops, their shops.
Okay. Dakakina.
Yes.
At-tujaru fatahud dakakina. The merchants opened the shops, not their
Yes,
shops.
sir.
Opened the shops.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, it's a plural. That's why ina. Yes, sir.
Yes.
At-tujaru fatahud dakaqina. Then, sir, fatahat tujaru dakaqina. The merchants opened the shops. Yes, sir.
Very good.
So number 9 hai at-tabibatu zahabna ilal mustashfa. The lady doctors came towards the hospital.
Went to the
Zahabat.
hospital. At-tabibatu zahabna ilal mustashfa. The lady doctors went to the hospital.
Yes, sir. The lady doctors went to the hospital. So, zahabati tabibatu ilal mustashfa. The lady doctors went to the hospital. So number 10th, at-tulabu fahimud darsa. The students understood the lesson. And then, sir, it will come fahimat tulabu darsa. And then students understood the lesson.
Okay. Fahimatullah Buddarsa. Fahimatullah Buddarsa. The students understand the lesson. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is another form. In a verbal sentences, we learn that it starts from the first form of the verb. Kharajat tulabu. Kharajat tulabu. The students left. Was zahabu and they went. Was zahabu and they went. So what we have to note here, second verb has the plural ending. Second verb, zahabu, katabu, sharibu, they have the plural ending. While the first verb, the verbal sentences starting with the first verb, it is singular, akala. Kharaja, qara'a, akala. So the first verb is a singular and the second verb is plural. So if you find or read this kind of sentences, kharajat tulabu wa zahabu. The students left and they went. Qara'at tulabu the students read wa katabu and write. The students read and write. The second verb will be plural. Akalan nasu. Akalan nasu. The people ate. Was sharibu and drink. So second verb is plural here. Kharajat tulabu wa zahabu, qara'at tulabu wa katabu, akalan nasu wa sharabu. So second verb will be plural in the verbal sentences. And this is, we have to make the sentences. Dakhala and jalasa. We have to use two verb. We have to use two verb. Dakhala and jalasa. So when we will use first verb, we will use the first form. And when we will use the second verb, we will use plural form. Jalasa, fahima, zahaba. Dakhalat tulabu. Dakhalat tulabu. The students entered. What jalasa? So it will be jalasu. It will be dakhalat tulabul fasli. Dakhala tulabul fasli. The students entered the class. Wa jalasu, and they sat. It will be dakhalat tulabul fasli. The students entered the class. Wa jalasu, and they sat. It will be jalasu. Daraba qatala al-awladu. Darabal awladul lahiyata. Darabal awladul lahiyata. The boys, the children hit the snake. Wa qatalu, and killed him. Wa qatalu, and killed him. The boys hit the snake and killed him. Qara'a fahima at-tulabu. Qara'at tulabu darsa. Qara'at tulabul darsa. The students read the lesson. The student read the lesson. Wa fahimu. Okay. Wa fahimuhu, and understand it. Wa fahimuhu, and understand it. So we can use here the pronoun. We can use here the pronoun here. Wa qataluhu, wa qataluha. Snake is feminine, so we will use it qataluha. Okay, darsa. So with the darsa, it will be the same. Okay. Next is an-nasul azana. Okay, qara'a fahima. So it will be fahimu. Fahimuhu. It will be fahimuhu. Qara'at tulabu darsa wa fahimuhu, and understand it. Sami'an nasa. Sami'an nasul azana. Sami'al azan. Sami'an nasul azana. The people listen the azan. Wa zahabu ilal masjidi. Wa zahabu ilal masjidi. Wa zahabu ilal masjidi. Okay. And they went to the masjid. Who is Miss Ummu Yassir? Ummu Yassir, you cannot listen. You need to set your mic. If you cannot listen, you need to set your setting there. Yes, Yasir, you want to say anything? Okay. And this one, we have to make the sentences. Akala, ghasala, qara'a, kataba, daraba, qatala, dakhala. So you have to make these sentences. Who of you will do it? You can do it as a homework. You can do it as a homework, and we go next there. Learn the use of the nasab pronoun. Man fatahal baba. Who opened the door? Man fatahal baba. Who opened the door? Al baba is mansoob here. Al baba is mansoob because it is maf'ul bihi. So ana fatahtuhu. I opened it. Fatahtuhu. I opened it. Man fatahan nawafiza. Who opened the windows? Ana fatahtuha. I opened it. So here what he want to tell you, who we are using for the baba. This is a pronoun for the baba, and baba is mansoob here. The target of the verb is baba, and it is maf'ul bihi, it is object. Fatahtuhu, I opened it. Who is a pronoun we are using for the baba, so it is, we call it nasab pronouns. We call them nasab pronouns. They are mansoob. Man fatahan nawafiza. Who opened the windows? The target of the verb is windows. Nawafiza. So nawafiza is maf'ul bihi. It is object here. It is object. So it is mansoob. Ana fatahtuha. I opened it. I opened it. I opened them. This is ha. We are using for the plural. Nawafiza. I opened them. Ha is a pronoun of nawafiza. Ha is a pronoun that we are using for the nawafiza. That's why we call it nasab pronouns. And it is mansoob here. Who and ha is mansoob here. And this is the vocabulary. Al inabu, grapes. Al mauzu, banana. At-teen, we call it teen also. Okay. We call it fig also. Fig. Al-fajru, morning. Jawabun, we call it dawn. Dawn or morning we call it. Jawabun, answer. Sualun, question. Al-baqalu, grocer. Al-asa, stick. Al-asa, the stick. Hayyatun, snake. And this is plural of hayyatun. Samiya, he listened. Samiya, he listened. Fahima, he understood. Shariba, he drank. So this is past tense. Fahima, Shariba, Samiya. He heard, he understood, he drank. So this is end of your lesson. So any of you have any question regarding this lesson, you can ask. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will start the lesson number 6 of this book. Okay. Nobody have any question? Bint Ibrahim. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, sir.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sir, I want to ask a question that what is the difference between the nominal sentence and the verbal sentence as the verbal sentence start from the verb and the nominal sentence start from a noun? What is the other difference between them that with the verbal sentence we use the single form of the verb, but with the nominal sentence we use the plural form of the verb? Kindly sir, guide. Jazakallah khair.
Nominal sentences have two parts. Nominal sentences have two parts. First is mubtada and the second part is khabar. Mubtada, we call it subject. Mubtada, we call it subject. Rest part of the sentence. Rest part of the sentence is predicate. Zahabu ilal malabi. So this is predicate, this is khabar. And at-tulabu, this is file, this is subject here. Nominal sentences always start with a noun and we call it mubtada. And the second part of the nominal sentence, whatever it contains, it is predicate, khabar. Zahabu ilal mal'abi. So you see, zahabu, there is a verb, ila, there is a preposition, and there is malabi. So all this one is the predicate. Nominal sentences have only two parts. Okay. Then the second is for the nominal sentences, we use verb after the noun. In the nominal sentences, we use verb after the noun. At-tulabu zahabu. The verb is coming after the nominal sentences. And the next is for a singular file, for a singular subject, we use singular form of the verb. For a plural mubtada, we use plural form of the verb. And if there is dual, we use dual form of the verb. While the verbal sentences, they always start with the verb. And they always will start with the first form of the verb. If the file, the subject is singular, if the file is singular, we will use first form zahaba. If the subject is plural, we will also use zahaba for the masculine and for the feminine. For the singular and for the plural. For both, we will use zahaba. Okay. So this is a difference between the nominal and the verbal sentences. And if there is the second verb in a verbal sentences, if there is a second verb in the verbal sentences, that verb will be plural if the subject is plural. If the subject is plural, the second verb will be plural. But if the subject is singular, the second verb will also be singular. Kharajat talibu. If we say kharajat talibu, the student left. Was zahaba, and he went. Was zahaba, and he went. Because the subject is not plural. The subject is singular. That's why we will say was zahaba. Kharajat talibu, the student left. Was zahaba, and he went. But this is, if plural, we will say was zahabu. Qara'at tulabu wa katabu. Akalan nasu wa sharibu. If the subject is plural, second verb will be plural here. This is a difference between the nominal and the verbal sentences. Okay. So anyone else? Okay, I think nobody have any question. So we end our class here, and tomorrow, inshallah, we will learn the lesson number 6 of this book. Okay. Ila liqa'i ma'as-salama. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh. Thank you, Ustaz.
You're welcome.
Shukran, Ustaz.
You're welcome.